realize the windshield is nasty, but we have a fire going on. And this is all man-made and could have been stopped.
Superstition Wilderness on fire.
Had the people not put out their fire, had they put out their fire, this would not have happened. But this is what we get to drive through.
I think it's nearly up to 8,000 acres at this point, which is just sad.
Very sad. More of our wildlife and nature and smoke. Yes, it will come back, but it'll never be what it once was. There's 4 peaks. You can hardly see the top. Sorry about the bugs. We tried cleaning it, but wipers only do so much. Okay, thank you. So here we are at Empty Acres Ranch, and we brought up a bookcase, and we noticed that, oh no, the corner's all caca. So we're going to uncaca the corner. We're going to take some glue that's actually kind of old and that we use for laminating our beam, and oh my goodness, that was a little much. But just a dab will do ya.
Did I bring that other clamp out? Or you just got the one?
I just have the one. The one will do. It's more than enough.
I got a good squeezy one.
A good squeezy one. Well, you know, a little squeeze is all we need. Now we're going to go and take this, put that there, lift this clamp, and pinch it real good. And that is how we're going to fix our bookcase. Sorry, little guy. I hope you don't get glued to the... Oh, you are going to get glued in there. But that's okay. You're ours. And you're at the ranch.
Somebody will find you in 5,000 years.
And this one corner will be glued together with this metal piece. With glue all in it. Oh well, I'm sticking it, I'm forgetting it, and I'm walking away.
Set it and forget it.
Okay, leaving it.
Good morning, Margie. What you doing?
Well, remember that hugel I promised you in a container?
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be it. Let me get out of some of the light. I took a whole bunch of sticks and branches and twigs, nothing too terribly large, things that are partially broken down, and I crammed it in here, and I've been chopping it in. And I threw some straw in here as well to help fill up some spaces, as you can see. And it's about halfway full. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some poop.
And what kind of poop is that?
This is alpaca poop.
Alpaca poop.
Alpaca poop. I like putting it down on the bottom, right on top of this stuff. And yes, I did kind of wet it.
Ooh, that's farmy.
Well, it's a farm animal. And,
yeah, that's farmy.
And this is going to help break all that down as well. All that nice little alpaca poops.
And as it breaks down, it'll provide nutrients for the plants that we're going to plant in here.
It's going to create the best soil for the roots. Now, next, what I was going to do as I was going to go and grab. I guess I'll do this. Next, what I did was, let me move all this away. It's extra straw that I'm going to be mulching in and whatnot. I took 50% sand, our native sand. I filtered it with a sieve, and I sieved some alpaca poop, and I mixed it together. As you can see, I'm mixing in some straw as well, and this is going to provide another little bio layer for down below, and the plants are growing.
And the straw will help retain the moisture.
It's going to help retain the moisture. It's also going to feed anything that might be growing in there, like worms and whatnot, because everything has worms. So next, we get to take this and shovel it into our bin. This may take me a while. I'm not too good at this little shovel guy. I'm going to do my best to fill this up as much as possible to the rim. Probably won't make it, but that's okay. Hence the word try. I have other stuff I'm going to put on top, just in case. That's already composted in the garden. Steal from from garden 1.
Yep, that's fine.
And that's what we do, you know? We make do with what we've got. And make it happen any chance we can.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to this once she's got this filled up a little more, and maybe see what kind of plants she's going to put in there.
Oh, you're going to love the plants. I've got a story for you. Stick around for the story.
Right on.
Alright guys, so here's one of my little projects on what ifs and what would happen if. I was clicking around on Amazon and I found these cute little beads. Now, I don't know if you can see how small these little beads are. They're pretty itty bitty, let me tell you. And each one of these little guys, you soak them in water. I took a half a tablespoon of these and I soaked them in water overnight, and those little tiny beads turn into nice big goblets of water. So these are little water retentions, or holders, or givers. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this and actually putting it into that pot when I plant my Miracle. This is Miracle. Miracle is the cutest little horseradish plant that I have ever done. What I did was, I went to the grocery store. No, actually, it might have been one of those organic places, and they had a horseradish root. It was sad. It was very dried out, and I was like, you know, I wonder what would happen if. So I took it and I put it in a glass of water. It was actually a lot larger. It was a taller root, and it fit in here nicely, and then it started growing. Holy wow, it plumped up and started growing. So I took it, and you see how much smaller it is. I took the top half that had the greens growing, and I cut them at these nodes. I took on each side of this, taking a little bit of the actual root along with it, and I carefully cut down, and I planted that, and it grew. So I took this and I threw it back into water, and I took a nub also and I put it in the fridge so we have it growing. This thing is ready to go into the ground. So I'm going to be planting this in that planter, in the Huglekulture, and planting other things all around it. Since I had this going on and we're playing the what if game and succeeded, we're doing some cleaning down in the valley, getting rid of our house. You're going to be seeing some videos soon on sale of some of our items. We have a lot of items, and you'll see soon. But this was in one of the bags. Evidently I grabbed it last year at a discounted rate and wanted to grow it, and by the time I found it, oops, they were harder than sin. But I've been soaking them in this water And slowly but surely they've been coming too. I was hoping to plant a few of these today, but that doesn't seem to be happening. They're just not ready. They've been soaking overnight. Before I couldn't even move them. Now I'm able to move them a little bit more. So I actually think we have a fighting chance with these guys. 2 different kinds
Of
asparagus. Oh, good call. I had asparagus. So there's 4 of the purples and 6 of the little green guys. Purple is Purple Passion, and this is Mary Washington. And I actually expect these guys to come back and make a full recovery, much like the horseradish Miracle did. So we're going to go and plant Miracle here shortly. I just about have the hugel all ready. I did have to add a bucket of the compost from the garden bed, and I have another one to go on top when ready to start planting, because I wanted to get some of these balls. Look at how big these things get from this little tiny thing. That is just amazing that this little tiny thing turns into this water retention. But I'm going to put a link to these down below in the description. So if you want to get these, and this actually is a smaller package. This package came with a bigger container that was probably about this big. So you'll have a lot of beads going on. And it's only $6-7. It was really cheap. Check out the link below. Get growing, and I'm going to get this guy in the ground. So here we are at the tote. Sticks, twigs, straw, poop, compost, sand mixed together, and here we have compost on top. I'm going to dig a hole right here in the center and make it a nice size one, because I want to add in my little love beads to this. I want to see about mixing them in. So this way, even in times when we forget to water, maybe Miracle will have a fighting chance. Take those off for a moment. Just going to pull a few of these guys out, dump them in, toss. Take some out.
And this was how many of those beads when you started?
This was only a half a tablespoon.
Half of a tablespoon.
I didn't want to overdo it.
And they ended up, once they absorbed all that water, it was almost half of that bowl.
Almost half of this bowl full.
That's just amazing.
Beads. Well, I wouldn't say. I'd say if you did a tablespoon, you'd probably do definitely more than a half a bowl.
Wow.
Yeah. So now that we're all mixed up and looking good, I'm going to say I'm good right there. I'm going to go ahead and take my, whoop. Okay, you can tell it's been in the water a long time. It's been wrapped around. I'm going to open up Miracle, my little horseradish, and I'm going to try and open up these roots, and it doesn't seem like they really want to go, but they're not tangled up, so I'm good. I'm putting Miracle in. I'm going to bury him up, and he is actually going to do splendid right there.
And if the cows get him, they'll be horseradish from the inside out.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine how tasty they would be? Oh, you know.
Seasoning you from the inside out.
Now, I'm not done here. I was actually toying with the idea of planting some more things. Oh, this tote. I want to thank Kathleen T. for the bin. She donated it to us. She gave us 4 of them. So expect to see at least 3 more bins doing 3 more different jobs. This right here, I have some peat moss that I got soaked in water. Well, I didn't soak it. I just dampened it. So it's nice and damp. And I'm putting a top layer on here. What I didn't tell Travis was I'm going to be planting some seeds in here, because this is such a large container, and while Miracle is growing, he can be producing other things. So there's no need, and there's more than enough nutrients in this bin to give us more food. because grocery stores are far cry from here, and I'd like to be eating. I'm sure you can tell I like eating. And yeah, so I'm going to take a couple of bush beans and place them in here on the sides. I'm going to take some chard, put them up front for easy pickings. And I have a nasturtium seed that I'd like to plant in the back. So instead of it growing down, we can grow it up this and maybe have a nice little windblock or something. So fingers crossed it all comes out. Okay, that's about done.
I'm going to pause this.
So I'm done putting all my peat on top. And that's going to do a couple of things. It's going to help hold in the moisture. It's going to do stuff. I don't know. But what I'm also going to do is, the reason why I wanted to do that, I have seeds. And when you put seeds in on top of compost that's not completely composted, it will actually kind of break down your seeds and compost them. And I didn't want that. So I'm going to take my nasturtium seed, like I said, put it back here, slightly cover it up. He's doing good. Blue bush bean, put him over there. And now as he grows, he's going to reach down to the soil. So he only needs the nutrients he has in his little seed right now. Another bush bean. Cover him up. And then my two. The last step is watering it in. And make sure it gets nice and damp, all moist. Remember, he was just soaking in a glass of water, so he's going to go through transplant shock if we're not careful. I actually want to keep him really, really wet for the next 2-3 days because he's going to have transplant shock. He's got the moisture from the water and the soil. He needs to come acclimated to the soil, so after a couple of days, then we'll start backing off the water. And he should be great. I do have a broken leaf right here. I'm not worried about it. I'll get scissors later on and snip him down at the base, and he's fine. And he's in. Happy planting, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the story of Miracle.
Like us and subscribe. Tell your friends. Thanks for watching.
Share our videos. Oh, Patreon page down below. If you like what we're doing and you want to support us, click on the link down below and support us. And I want to thank you to our very first subscriber. Our patron is Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. Have yourself a great one. And thank you for all our subscribers. I'm so excited. We're at 31 subscribers now. Let's keep it going. I'd love to see it with the flowers.
There's one open. Slip on away.
Oh, blown away. Yeah. Looks like it's mostly there from this side. That was the one that I grabbed the other seed head off of.
Oh, is it?
Last month, all those fields, all that land was white flowers, little primrose, evening primrose.
I think that's what they call them. You want to get it?